I also take this opportunity to praise the valuable efforts and great work have been done by Wahid Foundation since it was established in the year 2004 to promote moderate Islam, peace, tolerance, religious freedom, as well as fighting intolerance, radicalism, and violent extremism. I hope that this virtual dialogue will be the beginning of several and series of upcoming engagements and events to be organized in cooperation between the United Arab Emirates Embassy and Wahid Foundation. To be addressed because they undermine international peace and security, divide communities, aggravate conflicts, and hamper sustainable development. Before we speak about the United Arab Emirates and the Republic of Indonesia experiences encountering violent extremism and terrorism, please allow me to shed a light upon the United Arab Emirates Indonesia cooperation on these fields. To sustain collaborations in this field, a memorandum of understanding between the Supreme National Security Council and the National Agency for Combating Terrorism of Indonesia regarding cooperation in combating terrorism was exchanged during the visit of His Excellency Joko Widodo, the President of the Republic of Indonesia, to United Arab Emirates in mid-January of the year 2020. Besides that, the United Arab Emirates and Indonesia are working together in solid partnerships in promoting a moderate understanding of Islam, which is very important for efforts to prevent extremism and terrorism.
I'm also privileged to serve as one of the founding members on the invitation of Mr. Ahmad Al-Jarwan from the UAE as one of the founding members of the Global Council for Tolerance and Peace, which I'm really privileged for. And the Wahid Foundation had always been having a good relationship with many think tanks and organizations in the UAE. One of them namely is the Hidayah think tank that also specializes in the issue of countering CVE and also PVE. So there are so many similarities that we have between the two countries, of course, and as Mr. Abdullah mentioned before also about the culture of tolerance, the culture of respect for diversity. And I think the world is looking for more presence and also for more initiatives from both countries to enlighten the world. And most of all, with what happened in the world, namely in France recently, with the Charlie Hebdo incident, with the world trying to pit Islam against the teachings of Islam, against religious freedom. I think the world needs to be educated more by our initiatives and by our efforts to try to diffuse all the tensions in the world. So the UAE and Indonesia needs to step up their games, to show the world that really Islam is not what is being portrayed by several, radical people. And radical elements in any society exist, as we know. In many communities in the world, we have seen the rise of intolerant groups, the rise of radical groups, in fact, and extremist groups that comes from all religious backgrounds, that comes from all racial backgrounds, that is the enemies for all of us tolerant-minded people.